Of all the questions humanity is asked, the nature of consciousness, the origin of the universe, whether a hot dog is a sandwich, one stands above the rest in sheer audacity. Can you unboil an egg? The answer is no. But the reason is one of the most beautiful things in all of physics. And also one of the most annoying. An egg white is, and I cannot stress this enough, 90% water. The other 10% is protein, mostly albumin. Each albumin molecule is a chain of around 585 amino acids, folded into a shape so precise it would make an origami master weep. That shape is everything. It's why the egg white is clear, it's why it's liquid, and it's about to be very, very relevant. Here's the thing about proteins. They start life as a floppy chain. Imagine a necklace dropped on the floor, but within milliseconds, that chain folds itself into a precise three-dimensional shape. Hydrogen bonds click into place. Oily bits hide from water. The whole thing collapses into a little molecular machine. The folding is the magic. No fold, no function. When you boil an egg, you're not cooking in the culinary sense. You're committing molecular violence. Heat makes every atom vibrate faster until the weak bonds holding the fold together just snap. The protein unravels. And here's the cruel part. The newly naked chains immediately tangle with their neighbors. It's not just unfolding. It's unfolding and then starting a fight. Let's talk numbers. A protein with just 100 amino acids has roughly 3 to the 100th possible conformations. That's a 5 followed by 47 zeros. If you could check 1 billion shapes per second, it would take longer than the age of the universe by a factor of 100 billion billion. This is Levinthal's paradox. Biology solved it. We haven't. The second law of thermodynamics isn't a suggestion. It's the most statistically enforced rule in the universe. Going from order to disorder is easy because there are astronomically more disordered states than ordered ones. Going back requires you to find one specific arrangement in a sea of chaos. The universe doesn't forbid it, technically. It just makes it so unlikely that no is the honest answer. In 2015, UC Irvine made headlines with a paper claiming they'd unboiled an egg. Incredible PR department, those folks. What they actually did was take a single purified protein, dissolve the tangles with urea, and spin it in a vortex device at 5,000 RPM until it refolded. It worked beautifully for one protein in a test tube. An actual egg has thousands of different proteins in a tangled, cross-linked disaster. So, partial credit. The egg isn't special, by the way. It belongs to a distinguished club of things you cannot undo. You can't unstir cream from coffee. You can't unshatter a glass. You can't unburn a log. Every one of these is technically allowed by physics. Every microscopic interaction is time reversible. But the probability of all those particles spontaneously reversing course is so small, it might as well be zero. It is, for all intents and purposes, zero. Arthur Eddington once said that if your theory disagrees with the second law of thermodynamics, there is no hope for it. He wasn't being dramatic. The reason you can't unboil an egg is the same reason time moves forward. Entropy picks a direction and never looks back. So the next time you crack an egg into a pan, take a moment. You're watching the arrow of time sizzling in butter. And honestly, that's kind of beautiful.